All right, let's see what we got here, guys. I'm gonna grab the Amazon package foam deal. We can stick this radio on top of here and set it here. Let's go ahead and hook the speaker back up now. Get that. I don't think it'll pass audio. Let's see. But we'll see. Maybe it will. I would imagine though it probably requires a pin or two to be connected on the microphone. Let's get an antenna hooked to this thing. I always love those stupid Midland connectors. Okay. It's going to be really hard to tell if it works or not because we're going to have no sound. And meanwhile, I did turn the power supply on. Let's turn that off. Okay, power supply's on. Wow. I'll be damned. Both of the lights work. Okay. I'm going to put it on the dummy load, and I'm going to, while I'm doing that, I'm going to kind of fiddle around here. Without, like, knowing anything. Sometimes if you put it on PA, you can actually listen to it. Well, we're gonna have to see if we can find this thing on the internet. But it's promising that it powers on. Alright, we're gonna see if we can find the actual Truetone brand. There it is right here. Okay, so you gotta figure out which one it is. And it's going to be CYJ 4837A. We'll just look for CYJ 4837. There shouldn't be too many of them. In fact, looks like there's only one. 4837A dash 87. There it is there. Okay. And it looks like there is nothing. See that? Completely blank. So what we're going to do though is we copy that and we're going to put that in over here and we'll find the Midland version. Western Auto Factory Radio Schematics. Interesting. Okay. Never heard of them, but anyway. Download only $9. Okay, we won't be dealing with that. Yeah, I think it actually resembles a Pierce Simpson too. There's a bunch of stuff on this. I don't know what we're looking at here. I don't really feel like reading this page, but let's see here. Okay, here is this one. Oh, that's a weird one. Look at this. This is strange. It's got like all the stuff on the top. I've definitely run across that microphone before. Wow, look at that. Pretty crazy. I had a guy give me a whole box of stuff straight out of the 70s. And so we need here, we need to find mid. I'm having trouble finding it. Give me a minute. Okay, so it's a Midland 79892. Here it is on CB Tricks. And this should be all we need right here. There should have been a lot of information on this particular radio. I really can't figure out why there's no information on it. Okay. And let's go zoom in. Okay. Alright, we're looking at the microphone right here. So it's really hard to read it. But we're gonna go 300%. Alright. So pin 1. Doesn't look like anything's actually. No, okay. Pin 4. Pin 4 and 3. Four and 3 are receive, 6. Oh, I'm sorry. Pin 6. Pin 6. Pin 6 and 4. Wait. 3. Pin 3. Yeah, it does look like 3 and 4. Okay. So 3 and 4. And let's see. 4 is the pivot, common, basically. Clarifier goes on 2, between 2. And so 4 is actually the ground because it goes to the mic and everything. So 4 and 3, and it might look like that on the radio, might not. I don't know. Let's see what we got. So, based on what I'm looking at, these two right here. Should be the volume. It's really kind of hard to say. Okay, what would the other side of the connector be? 1 and 2. 1. I don't know. Well, we're going to have to get into the radio and look and see if we can read the connector and figure out which one's what. It'll say either really deep inside of here or on the back of it. We'll be able to read it. Alright guys, I got my lamp and my magnifying glass. Okay, we're not seeing anything there. I'm gonna flip it over. What I'm gonna need to do probably is get a little, dang it. I hate it when I change the color on this lamp. It's LED. This is really hard to see what the hell is going on here. Okay. We've got some wires that appear to be heavily shielded. Lots of caps on here. Okay. We've got green wire here. Let's see where that green wire is going. Problem is, I'm just not able to read this thing. Almost. Wait. It's odd that they use this connector in the first place, because they're not even using the 5th pin. Boy, this is so hard to read. Let me see if we can use the camera, because I can't read it through that lens. Okay. I'm pretty sure that I see a 4 right there. There's a 4. That's a 5. I would think that's probably 1. So 1, 2. I don't know. That's definitely 4. If we look right here, we can almost read the other one underneath it. Okay, I got it in here and kind of scraped that a little bit. Where are we at? So we have a 4 right here. There's a bunch of resin on this thing, but anyway, so we can get back in here. Okay, we got a lot better of a view now. So it's hard to see it, but the top one's a 4. So we have a shielding cap going on it, and then this white shielded wire, which breaks out over here and goes to pin 1. I think that's 1. So basically, with this thing here, we've got underneath this, we have a yellow wire on pin 3. Then on 2, we have a green wire, and then 1 we have a brown wire. None of this makes sense, so I really need to figure these out, because they don't seem to be in the normal numbering sequence. That would be why. 1, 2, 6, 3, and 4, and then 5. Okay, so they don't use pin 5. Let's look at pin 6. Pin 6 is our TX. Okay. Pin 3 is our receive. Pin 4 is our common. Pin 2 And pin 4 is our clarifier. Pin 1 just is audio, and it disconnects. So pin 1 disconnects the audio in receive, and when you key up, it connects the microphone. So you can actually bypass that if you want. So now we know what we're doing. Okay. So let's see if we can get this thing to make some audio. We're going to solder these wires so that we don't have to fiddle around, okay? So I'm going to solder number 3 and 4 because I don't have a mic. I probably do from an RCI or a HR2510. I think they use a 6-pin, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, I just soldered the wire right in here. Oh my god, this thing does not want to focus. Anyway, I soldered a wire in there, so we're going to go put this on the bench and see if we can get sound. That will allow us to be able to screw around and see if there's something else wrong. It also could be these jacks in the back too. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, we got audio. Let's take it out. No, it's not on the dummy load. That seems to work. Got no sound on AM. That's interesting. I do think that the sideband might work. We don't know what channel we're on though. That's weird. I don't know how we're going to test it. Alright guys, so what I've concluded is the VCO is probably not locked, so we'll have to come back to this one later on, but because we have no sound on AM, so I got to go study the schematic. It's been like 10-15 years since I worked on one of these, so it's been a while.